It was good. It's King Progress. And growth, most definitely, is a process. And I learned everything the hard way. So I'm thankful that I'm still here today. Real shit, I learned shit the hard way. I didn't know everything. I was a nigga that grew up pretty much amongst my peers. We learned everything the hard way. Lucky and blessed to be here today, you know? Because we was doing all kind of dumbass shit. But neither here nor there. I was really never in.
Yellow album so good. Niggas thought it was a fluke. Niggas thought I was on the juice. Yeah, nigga, it was the. I'm like, damn, what it do? She like, damn, can we fuck? Call me up to come through.
I never really been into the content thing, right? Like taking an individual situation far as a celebrity or just a regular person and exploiting them. That's not gonna never be cool to me because it's like you trying to downgrade somebody or you trying to hate on them, right? If you forgot where you came from, you don't care about your peoples, you don't recognize the struggle, you come up on a little money or you just change your life and you grow, right? And you don't care about none of your people. And if you was a slave and you would have made it out of slavery, you the type of person that wouldn't have came back and told your people how to get out of there. It is what it is, bro. If a person, so all these brothers and sisters, right, that's coming up on multi-millions of dollars, right? Multi-millions. We not talking about no little bit of money, bro. We talking about millions, bro. Lil Boosie, please, bro. You ain't in the category of none of these clowns. I done seen how many people, you know, you're different, bro. You don't count, man. There is a point to where just because you got money is like you done already looked out for people enough, man. You've been a ghetto superstar since day one. You done looked out for all kind of people. So don't put yourself in the category of other people, bro, because every situation is different. And I just so happen to know a little bit about your story, living in Baton Rouge for a little bit. So yeah, you ain't in the category of a lot of these other celebrities. So don't speak up for them, man. I'm just tired of people speaking up for people. And then even you might be in the same category because it's like about what is any of y'all rappers doing? Every time you get in trouble or anything happens, you want to talk about the black community or whatever, we talking about on your own. Y'all don't even own no real clubs. Y'all don't, you're not buying nothing. You're not doing nothing to put back in your community. So the blacks is the only ones that don't got to do for their own. Why we don't got a black town no more? Why do y'all keep acting like Chinatown wasn't built by Chinamen? When are you going to build something and share with your people when you get money? All blacks get money. They get selfish like Dr. Dre. Like, dude, who cares about Dr. Dre? He's building nothing in the community. Nothing. He took so much from the community, though. Do we owe it? No, he don't. He don't owe it because that's the first thing they try to say. They're like, oh, you know. Dude, what is this about you just being a black like Nipsey Hussle? No, he didn't. Just trying to build your community up. It's not a personal thing. It's about treating people how you want to be treated. And now you got money. You just putting assets out there. It's not about breastfeeding people. I don't know the details of Bro-Rilla and Glorilla. That's what the basis of this is for me. My content on this. Bro-Rilla and Glorilla. I feel what Bro-Rilla's saying, man. Even if her and Glorilla did have beef, I feel what bro really saying, man. Even if you didn't come up on nothing but a couple million, right? Come on now, you know you forgot about them people. You did little nicks and crannies, but you ain't done no major bossed up shit. You know, and that's okay. You got that right. You got that right, man. But you know, you got good, bad, and evil too. And a lot of y'all always talking about Jesus and always talking about God, but you're not doing the things that God or Jesus would assume. And the rich ain't going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. And it's not saying, oh, just because you got money, you ain't going to inherit the kingdom of heaven. No. The people that only care about money, people that decipher their relationships, who they're going to be around, who they're going to show love to, who they're going to open up to, who they're going to live life to, who they're going to inspire. Just all the things they do is just surrounded around money. You're not going to inherit because you can't take that money with you into heaven. You know, so you're not going to inherit it because you didn't give a fuck about characteristics or morals. And that's why I thank Terrence Crawford, my favorite fighter, so much. He just said something that was so real. Oh, is there something wrong with making money? Hell no, nigga. You better go make you some money and try to create some life and stuff like that. Because making money and stuff like that is life. That's growth, going around doing what you got to do. You know, this is a system. This is a government. This is a world. You have to do something. Just like Jesus was a carpenter. You got to have some type of identity to bring something to the world. Right? So, Terrence Crawford told that dude, man, he asked Terrence Crawford, would you come back to fight for 80 million? Would you come back to fight for 80 million or 100 million? And I believe my boy gonna come back to fight, but it's not gonna be for money. Of course, he might make money if he come back to fight. It's gonna be something more, like it's not just about only money, but of course money plays a factor because if you're going to do something like what he's doing, of course he's going to do it for the most money he can get, but he's not doing it for money. So what he's saying is, which I think I think he got like 1 or 2 more fights in him. Maybe. It depends on how he feel though, but right now he's retired. And if he come back, it's not going to be for money. And I said maybe about 50-50 if he come back or not, Terrence Crawford, but it's not going to be for money. Because like he said, he's not going to sell his soul for money. It's going to be for characteristic things why he come back. And if he do come back, of course he's going to make money coming back. But it's not just only about money. Like y'all like the black community has got so sickening about money. And at the end of the day, all you motherfuckers still end up with no money. Not the money you want. And all you guys that do get money, you're so selfish. All you do is have it to yourself. And that's okay. That's your choice. I done blew some bags in my life, so it is what it is. But at the same time, homie, I also showed some love to others in my life, too. I ain't had no major money like that, but it is what it is. But it's an epidemic that needs to stop of blacks coming up and turning their back on their peoples. It's not all about money, but with a lot of blacks it is. And that does go both ways too, though, because that don't make a person feel good that got money because it do go both ways. You got some situations where a motherfucker won't even ask you how you doing. Just because they know you got money. Oh, can you loan me another 1,000? Like, that's not cool neither, man. It's certain shit where people do, and that's what Boosie was talking about. Just because somebody got money, that don't mean that they don't have to reinvest. That don't mean they got to pay their bills. And just because they got money don't mean they're going to let their business go down to give you money. But come on, man. You know what people talking about. We talking about the black community now. You football players, you athletes, you multimillionaire entrepreneurs. We're not talking about individuals, especially you rappers and you athletes that always want to talk about how you from the hood, how you from the streets, right? But you ain't got one program helping out these youngsters getting out of jail or getting out of prison to help them stay out. You ain't got no programs to help black men be better fathers, right? But all y'all telling y'all story of how y'all grew up without y'all father. All y'all telling y'all story about how y'all grew up in the ghetto. But ain't none of y'all reaching out with no real resources towards the ghetto. And now all you cats want to get on here and do these podcasts and all this old weird shit, but you ain't doing nothing for the community. And I'm talking about your community. Things you enjoy doing. You're doing nothing to enhance it. I'm just trying to make it simple for you niggas, man. When you do something to enhance your community, there's going to be a handful of people that you can help. And then that handful of people will help others because they got you backing them. You can't do it for everybody. But damn, you niggas ain't doing it for nobody. And the people, little crumbs you is giving out, you fucking those people. Right? So all we hear about things that inspired us as youngsters, you know, the musicians, the artists, everybody that came up that we actually hyped up and, you know, helped them come up. Not firsthand, but I was a Chronic motherfucker, nigga. Everybody got in the car. I was about to let hear the Chronic and all these different artists, man. To see Snoop Dogg have one group in 30 years, the East Siders. Like, dude, you're not gonna put none of nobody on? I see your little sprinkles, Doggy Style, Badass, you know, what's his name? Snoopy Badass, whatever. Hey, dude, and then you go revamp all these old artists or whatever, and you see what you did to Dash Dillinger, dog. And I'm not just trying to come for you as an individual, bro, because I don't know your details. But one thing I do know is you've been one of the biggest artists on the West Coast and you ain't had one talent show giveaway. You niggas ain't doing no talent show giveaways, nothing. You niggas ain't co-signing no artists for real, just co-signing them without you trying to like put your name on their shit. Why can't you just hook the youngster up and show him the business and let him grow and let him help other people? Why ain't you rich now? Like, when are you going to give back to the rap game? When you want to be the man forever? You're not going to share none of this shit? So when you look at that, man, what they did in Hollywood and what these niggas did with the founders of artistry, the founders of artistry was all about sharing the music and pitting people on and all this and that. Now it's all about ego and hating. And nobody's putting nobody on. We ain't getting no new music. We ain't getting no positive stuff through music. All negative, man. And you cats ain't doing nothing for the community. And when somebody call you out on it, you go back and say, oh, you ain't got no money. Of course, nigga. I didn't hit the lottery like you. There's a lot of other people that didn't. You ain't gonna come back and open the doors for nobody. I'm not saying me. Okay, I had the same opportunities as you in that era and I missed the train, whatever, however you feel about me. But what about the youth, man? What about the people getting out of prison that you go around and glamorize you from their neighborhood and you from the streets and all this and that? You ain't gonna do nothing to help them. You ain't gonna do nothing to help none of the people that make it. And these are things you can do to where you would still be making money and growing your name. But you still ain't gonna do nothing in the hood to help people. To give cats on parole somewhere to go. To give cats on parole something to live for. And this is for them NBA players and them NFL players that always want to talk about they from the hood. But they don't got one program nowhere near across the country to help niggas in the hood. Come on, man. Stop bragging about how you from the hood And you ain't bringing no positivity back to the hood. Please stop doing that. And I'm on you niggas' head because it's content. It's my content. To go around and throw up in these selfish women's face that making all this money and only thing they do is look down on their people. Okay, you're a 304, you making all this money, you doing all this content, all this and that. So what? You serving the devil because you ain't doing nothing for your people and you're not lifting nobody up. All you doing is taking from the community. Any black man you meet, you trying to destroy him and take anything you can take from him. So you ain't nothing but a demon and you mean nothing to the world. All you street niggas that's dreaming of being rich, all this and that, all you focusing on is taking from others, hurting others. Some of you not doing this on purpose, but some of you cats is doing this on purpose because you know what you doing, so you is doing it on purpose, and you ain't doing nothing but victimizing the community and don't have no plans of investing back in the community. And for all you cats that has successful within your business and your life and stuff like that, you have been convinced that it's all about you and your inner circle. Sorry to tell you, if the slaves that got away didn't come back and show the other slaves how to get out of there, your black ass might still be a slave now. You get in the NFL, you get in the NBA, you make hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm not talking about these cats on no minimum contracts. I'm talking about these major contracts, right? No, you do not directly owe anybody no direct comeback. Like, you don't owe nobody like, oh, here. But since you want to glamorize the hood, why you cats ain't making no programs helping niggas getting out of prison? Oh, fuck niggas getting out of prison, huh? And the mistakes that led them into prison, some of the circumstances. A lot of them got locked up for crimes they didn't commit, man. It's true, dog. I would have to say maybe like 30% is locked up in there for crimes they didn't commit, trumped up charges. You in there, you can't cry about that shit. You got to deal with that shit. Right? Your family, all them, they don't know because you got out on parole and the police use your parole as a reason to violate you. People think you just did something and went back, but you really didn't. It was a simple fact you was on paperwork, living as a black man. Boom, end up in jail for bullshit because your parole officer don't like how you dress. So now he just violates you all the time because he don't like who you are. So everything about just no niggas getting in trouble, we living in a system that's not led by us. A lot of times it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse a lot of times. Sometimes a motherfucker do need somebody to have your back and help you make it through this shit. Right? And just because you asking for support or help don't mean it's an excuse. And a lot of you millionaires, all y'all do is talk down on the hood, like, just talk down on it, nigga. And you know all the, and then you get to talking about all the stuff in the effects of what it's doing to people in the hood. And you ain't doing nothing to help. But you constantly talking about it. So you niggas is content. You house niggas is content. And I was trying to figure out how I would get on here. But you house niggas and bitches is content. The whole little thing of using money is how you're able to talk down on people is over. You niggas is clowns that nobody needs around. Keep your money, stay where you at, do what you do. The Most High gonna have fun with you. Okay? Because I hate to tell you, when your ass end up in a situation where you're in front of that judge, your money ain't gonna matter. Right? When you pass away and you in that damn hearse, it ain't gonna be no U-Haul and all your money going with you. Right? So keep on living for money. Don't care about none of your relationships. Don't care about lifting up your community. Be the slave that brags about leaving the hood and not looking out for nobody and turning your back on it. Be the slave that does that, bro, because it don't matter, homie. That's just your character, bro. And you're going to get to talk to God about that in the afterlife, how you made hundreds of millions of dollars and didn't choose to come back and look out for nobody. We're not talking about crumbs for your ego. We're talking about really establishing and looking out for somebody. You can't do it for everybody, but you can do it for a couple people. That's all you football players. That's all you millionaires. So what if you make sure the person really have a real business plan? So what if you make sure this person give you 20% or whatever for your investment? So what? Nothing wrong with that. But you niggas got to start doing something, man. Kids fresh out of college, kids out of people out of prison and stuff like that. Y'all got to find somebody worth helping. Really? And then you going to keep bragging about how you from the hood, but you ain't helping out none of these niggas on parole with no family, no nothing. All these niggas getting out of prison from a long prison stage to where you know they was wrongly convicted. Or even some cats that just made mistakes young, man, and got out with no family or nothing. Ain't none of you niggas gonna help them. Millionaires, NBA, all this and that. Everything's about talking. Ain't nothing about action. So yeah, you niggas is content, because you getting on here talking about niggas from the streets all the time, but you ain't talking about how many you done helped, right? And yes, nigga, you can help. You don't have to, you don't owe it. If it's not in your character, believe me, nigga wants you to keep it anyway. But when is it gonna start being in your character to give back to your people, man? Especially once you reach plateaus like O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, I see you giving away frivolous little things, big tips, all this and that. And I'm pretty sure you got a couple ego giveaways, right? But how many businesses have you opened to profit youth or the underachieved in the inner city? You got the money where you could have opened businesses with brothers and sisters trying to get their life together. Right? We're not talking about the ones that ain't trying to get their life together, stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you would have parameters of, even if you start an apprenticeship or something to where people get business loans, to where if they come up with a real good business idea and they do certain things, boom, 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 you'll help them with funding and, hey, give you 10%. What's wrong with that? You started, you helped them. But it's like, you guys ain't doing nothing, bro. I'm talking about multi-millionaires. You guys are doing nothing to help entrepreneurs and people that's trying to come up. And people that's trying to find their way from the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s that's trying to do things and trying to do better. You guys ain't helping at all. All y'all doing is flossing on niggas and hating on niggas. And, you know, I'm 47, so me, I'm up and gone, man. But I'm just looking and seeing what y'all doing, man. It's sad, bro. And then all you gotta do is when somebody call you out, oh, how much money you got? You broke. Of course we broke, nigga. All niggas is broke. Except the ones that came up through lucky lottery licks and stuff like that. They ain't giving back, so yeah, niggas is broke. Living off the spoon of the white man. You can't talk shit about the YT, because at least the YT is giving niggas opportunities in certain areas. How you think you got yours? You got an opportunity, right? For most likely a YT is what it is. So, fuck all that bullshit, homie. Brothers ain't giving other brothers opportunities. And the ones that is, they only doing it because they think they can come up off that person. It's not happening genuinely, just giving back. Dr. Dre, you really on my hit list, you clown. All the millions you got, you ain't doing nothing, Jay-Z. Inner city, dude. We not talking about none of this crazy hype shit you doing. We talking about inner city affecting the inner city. It's so easy for you cats to affect the inner city. You don't want to. Why you never affected Compton? Dr. Dre. It ain't just you. It's a lot of other people too. Gang. Why you ain't done nothing to help Pyru's getting out of prison, trying to get their life together? Oh, you fuck them niggas, huh? That's what you gonna say. You niggas is clowns, homie.